Baby, let me tell you one thing about it and two things for certain. Y'all can say what y'all want about Fallon, but when it comes to her finances, her man, her home, her chillings, she ain't no punk ass bitch. Y'all, this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, it was slow. Excuse me, it was slow. It was some parts that could be considered takeaways from it that we gonna talk about, but I really want to go in and I have on this last part. But let's get all the preliminary stuff out the way first. Kenya meeting with Fallon and Marlo. Fallon have a Halloween party. We'll get to that in a minute. Marlo tells Kenya about what LaToya told them about her divorce and her alimony, and of course, excuse me, of course, Kenya got upset. And which anybody else would, because again, you know, two of the women that you told my business to don't see it for me. And LaToya knew exactly what the hell she was doing. LaToya not dumb. I know she acted, but she not dumb. So Drew invites the ladies to New Orleans. Her mother shares some experiences about racism, and she lets it be known that some people in her family is white. That's a deep conversation, but bitch, I'm not having it because, excuse me, after the whole thing that happened on Bell Collective and then this whole Basketball Wives thing, anything dealing with colorism, racism, featureism, dwarfism, yo-ism, my-ism, her-ism, they-isms, no isms. I ain't got no time for it no more on this damn channel. Moving on. Drew talks about letting her son Josiah possibly meeting his real father. We're going to get down to that in a minute. Candy has a new role in a movie called Envy. Shout out to Candy. Cynthia and Mike do lunch together. Mike lets her know she has some long ass vows, I guess. Mike wants to buy a bigger house in Atlanta together. Fine. Drew invites Cynthia to New Orleans and says that she's going to be the bigger person and invite Kenya. You know, Drew, you say you don't want no discord to happen, but then you shade Kenya as to the reason why you invited her, just so that, you know, you can show her how to be a real host. Now, albeit true, you do realize when Kenya see that she gonna tell your ass a new one, and you can't sit up here and act like you don't understand why she's coming at you the way that she is. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, me and Urel talked about that in the chat. Moving on. So Drew and Ralph talked about Josiah meeting his dad. I love Ralph's response to that situation. Ralph said at the end of the day, he is my son, but he's not my son. And it's not my place to sit up and try to dictate, you know, what type of relationship he can or can't have with the man that, you know, is responsible for, you know, laying the pipe and laying the seed. You know, true indeed, the decisions that he made it to a point where he wasn't able to be around his son. But at the end of the day, things happen. People make mistakes. Life still goes on. That doesn't change the fact that that's still that man's son. And by law, unless he's a pedophile, he has all rights to see his child. So, you know, I'm glad that Ralph isn't such an insecure male as I thought he was. Because it takes a big man to say, listen, even if it do make me feel some type of way, at the end of the day, it isn't about me or what I want or my feelings. It's about him. And I don't ever want to stand in the way of there possibly being, you know, a situation. Because even when they asked him about meeting his dad, just how quick he said no just made me felt like that child don't really know what he want to do or what he do want to do or what he don't want to do. First of all, he's 9 years old. Second of all, he don't want to be put in a predicament to where he will make Ralph feel away. You know what I'm saying? If he decides that he wants to meet his real dad. So it's just easier to say no because he wasn't around like that anyway. So it's easier to say no. But I love how not only Ralph, but Drew and the grandmama both was instilling in him like, you know, that's fine. We're not going to press the issue. We'll allow you to have your space and your feelings right now. But we definitely going to talk about this again. And I was there for them with doing that. I appreciate that. You understand me? Because that's what my mom did to me. My mama could have just let me not know that she was really my great aunt, and I would have went through life not really knowing the truth. I appreciate the fact that she did that. So I appreciate the fact that they're not keeping anything from Josiah. They're bearing it all out for Josiah. And, you know, now he can kind of figure out what he wants to do. Because his feelings may change. You know what I'm saying? When he gets older of age to really understand his feelings, he probably will change his mind and be like, damn, he tried to reach out to me. I want to reach out to him. Hopefully it's not too late. You know what I mean? So I was there for them for that. Shout out to, I never thought I'd say this, Ralph, but definitely shout out to you. I was with you and I was on your side with that. I'm glad that you did that. Because Lord knows if you didn't, I'd have been on your ass. Moving on. Fallon's Halloween party. Fallon, the only words that I can use to describe what your party was nicely is tired, delayed, through, boring, ran through, dry, dehydrated, non-eventful, not fun. You know, just it was real bald-headed, scallywaggish. It really was. It was just like a spare of the moment type of thing that you do with friends, and y'all just sitting around looking stupid. No drink, no weed. No, I mean, y'all ain't had no toys, no boys, or no noise. And it's like, Fallon, I appreciate you for what you did, bringing the people in and, you know, inviting them in to like a haunted house. But then you brought the ladies to the kitchen and then all it was smoke. Like, you ain't had no cobwebs in the corners. You ain't had no spiders or no cockroaches laying around. You ain't had no witches laying around. Like, no black cats, no brooms. Like, talk about something. It took you and your assistant 3 days. It took y'all 3 days to do that little part. If it was your whole damn house, I would understand. What the fuck was y'all doing for 3 days? Because ain't no way in hell it took y'all 3 days just to do that little foyer. But your costume was cute. All of the ladies came with a decent costume except for Portia, except for Cynthia. Y'all had no excuse as to why y'all outfits looked as lame as what they did. Especially you, Portia. You should have enough about being cats, considering you got your cat beat down by Bolo, and now you trying to sit here and act like that ain't what it is when that's what it was. Now, like anything dealing with cats, you should want to have no parts of that. I'm just saying. Moving on. So then LaToya comes in shading Fallon. Fallon is a much better woman than I'll ever be, because the minute that you would have said something about my family, I would have picked you up and thrown. You know what your thrown out would have been? It would have been equivalent to how we used to see Uncle Phil throw out Jazz on The Fresh Prince. Like, that's exactly what the camera pan would have shot had it been me and you said something disrespectful like that about my husband down in my motherfucking house. And I'm just being real. Fallon, listen. Fallon, I understand it. You're a rich white woman living in a rich white world in your mind. I get all of that. You gave LaToya way too many chances, love. Way too many chances. Family should have never came up out of her mouth. Especially because she don't know you or your family like that. You're a much better woman than I ever be. You gave her way too many chances to disrespect you, your family, your man, your finances, and every damn thing else in your face. I'm just saying. Moving on. So then LaToya and Kenya talk. This is what bothers me about Kenya. Kenya, you wasn't looking for no... Kenya, if you ever expect me to believe that you really thought you was going to find a bosom buddy, or you was trying to find a bosom buddy for that matter, and LaToya, bitch, you can keep it. All right? The only thing you was looking for is a goddamn minion, and you prove it every damn time that she tries to get close to Portia, and then you feel away. That's how I already know it's bullshit with you. So get the hell out your feelings. Get out your feelings, please. Get out your feelings. I'm not buying these feelings that Kenya run around here trying to have. Now, was she wrong for running down on you to them bitches? Absolutely. She was dead ass wrong. And that I'm with you on. But for you to try to act like you so hurt because y'all was good friends and good Judies and you wanted to be her good friend like that, bitch, miss me. Anyway, then LaToya throws Candy under the bus, which is another thing that I didn't like. Because you basically grabbed for straws this entire time, Latoya, instead of you just saying, you know what? I thought by letting them know that it would have kept the heat off of you a little bit. But instead of you being honest, you throwing Candy under the bus. And then you trying to bring Portia into it. And all of the rest of this nonsense. Like, nah, you talk too damn much. And it's okay to say, you know what, Kenya, you're right. I talk too damn much. I didn't have to say that, and that shouldn't have been said. You just can't admit when you're wrong. You love to overtalk somebody. Like you and Kenya do the same damn thing. That's why y'all can't get along. Because y'all too much alike. So then Kenya gets really upset saying that she's done nothing to those tramps. They fucked the strippers. She didn't. Kenya, fuck you. Fuck you. Period. Yeah, they did it. So what? So what? Like at this point, Kenya, nobody cares about Bolo, Strippergate, or none of that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I mean, no, because I already told you out of all of them, your ass should have been the one paying the fare and going in there and getting your damn ankle knocks loose. I've been said that. Moving on. So then Latoya talks to Portia about the conversation, and Portia looked about as dumbfounded as I did looking at the shit on TV. I didn't understand why she's sitting around here grasping for all of these anywho, and then Fallon loses it on Latoya because Latoya really seemed to thought that she was safe to talk shit about this woman down to her house in the manner, in the way that she did. And then Fallon said, okay, bitch, I got something for you. She went down to her garage and went and found a damn golf club. Okay? And she was about to four upside her goddamn head. And she wouldn't have been in the wrong for it. Straight up, Latoya, she wouldn't have been in the wrong for it. And I really wished those producers did not show up as quickly as they did, because I honestly wanted her to dome float you, because I think that's what you need. I already feel like you got a lot of screws knocked loose. Maybe it has she dome floated your ass with that goddamn 9. It probably would have knocked some damn sense back into your head. Like, the nerve of you to sit up and think that you can run down on somebody in their house. Drunk or not. And bitch, how did you get that damn drink? You must have been pre-gaming before you got there. And so since, considering the fact that you was already drunk, and you already know that you's a drunken mess when you do get drunk, drinking should have been the last damn thing on your mind. Like, child, is Mona Scott Young and Tierra Marie exploiting her alcoholisms all over again. Y'all, I'm gone. I'm done. Y'all jump down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode. Tonight's episode was dull. All right, now it picked up at the end, but other than that, it was dull. Yeah, I'm gone. Bye.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.